Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli, and we're going to talk a little hockey. Hockey is my favorite sport, even though I'm watching the football playoffs, and I'm literally doing this video at the halftime point of the Bills-Chiefs game, which is looking great so far and will probably be a really good second half. But we're talking hockey. Like I say, my favorite sport and my favorite team, the New York Islanders. People may say, why are you a New York Islanders fan when you live in Denver, John? Well, I tell you, the reason is we didn't have professional hockey here until 1978. The former Colorado Rockies, which became the. I'm going to take this off now. Uh, Maybe I should leave it on. My hair looks terrible. Uh, from 1978 to 82, for 4 years, we had the Colorado Rockies. They became the New Jersey Devils. They moved out of town because they did not get enough support. And also during those years are when the Islanders were really, really good. I was only in high school, but still, it was fun to watch those teams. And my grandmother, was a bond I had with my grandmother. And so the Avs, our beautiful Colorado Avs, are my second favorite team, but this is my first favorite team. I'm sticking with them till I die. So here we are. The reason I put this video together is very exciting in the hockey world. Former Avs, former goalie, one of the best goalies to ever play the game, by some regarded as the best, Patrick Waugh, is now the coach of the New York Islanders. General manager Lou Lamoriello makes some weird moves sometimes. We're trying to figure this guy out. He's made some good personnel moves as far as the team. The team is competitive, pretty darn competitive the last 5 years. But he also fired one of the best coaches ever in Barry Trotz a couple of years ago. Barry Trotz had brought them to a couple of Eastern Conference Finals where they lost to eventual Stanley Cup winner Tampa Bay in the 20 and 21 seasons. Then in 22, I believe they missed the playoffs, and then they've been in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs last year. They may be in the playoffs this year, but I think Patrick Waugh is probably not a bad addition. I hope he doesn't get into the head of our very good goalie, Ilya Sorokin, because Ilya Sorokin is not the problem. Our problem is that we allow way too many shots. We are the second worst team at allowing shots. And last time I checked, the more shots you take, the better chance you got at scoring goals. The worst team in the league at allowing shots at their goalies' directions are the San Jose Sharks, who are the worst team in the league. So Ilya Sorokin is doing more than his job in net. We just need to have him face less shots. That's why I hope a former goaltender, and like I said, widely regarded as one of the best ever to play the game. I hope he doesn't get too much into Ilya's head. I hope he tightens up the defense around Ilya. Hope he opens up the offense on the other end, and hopefully this is a talented team that should be doing better. So I think this is a good move by Lou Lamoriello, taking away his. It's not his namesake, but maybe I'll say his initial sake. Lane Lambert was the guy who took over for Barry Trotz after he was fired. He was a protege of. He was a protege to Trotz's mentorship, and he just didn't quite work out. I don't know, I don't know the ins and outs of that locker room. I don't know how hard guys are going to play for certain coaches. I don't know how well he is at, how well Lane Lambert is at drawing up plays and execute and having those players execute those plays. I do know this though. After Barry Trotz left, that team, the Islanders in the 20 and 21 seasons, were hitting everything that moved, and it helps. It gets the guys on the other side of the ice nervous. It helps loosen up pucks and create turnovers and create goals. And this team has not done that the last 2 years under Lane Lambert. And I really think that Patrick Waugh will have these guys playing more physical hockey, and that's what I'm hoping for. Like I say, I hope he just doesn't bring the pressures of winning 4 Stanley Cups during his tenure. He won 2 with Montreal in 86 and 93, and then he won 2 more with the Colorado Avalanche in their inaugural year of 95-96, and then again in the 2001 campaign. Just got passed, by the way, for the second most wins. So Patrick Waugh now has the third most wins in NHL history. Marc-Andre Fleury just surpassed him at age 39, and will probably retire at the end of the year. So I'm psyched. I don't know if I can make 10 minutes out of this. I mean, I could talk about just hockey stats and stuff, but I'm pretty excited about Patrick Waugh being the coach of the New York Islanders if he does it right. The dude is competitive, that's for sure. I will give you some background on Patrick Waugh. I mean, many of you don't know this, so I'm sure a lot of you do. That he ended up in Colorado because he was not pulled out of a game where he was getting absolutely strafed in Montreal. It was back in '95, in the 95-96 season, and the dude's got balls. He turned around to his coach and his general manager and said, "I will never play in Montreal again." He got beat up for 9 goals in a game against I don't remember who, but generally, if you've been lit up for 5 goals in a game, they're going to pull you, even if the goals are not necessarily your fault. If you get some unlucky ones, generally, how do I want to put it? Traditionally, in the NHL, if you are getting scored, if you've been scored upon 5 times, they're pulling you and putting in the backup goalie. And they didn't do that for Waugh. They kept him in there, and he really took offense to it. And then he ended up going to the Colorado Avalanche, and that he was the missing piece that the Avs needed. They traded for Jocelyn Thibault. Can't say his name very well, but they traded goalies, and we also got Mike Keane in the deal, which he was a good player, and I think Montreal got draft picks. I can't remember. See, I'm even saying we. That's how much I like the Avalanche. That's how much they are my second favorite team. It was an amazing year to watch, and he had a decent tenure. He being Patrick Waugh during when he coached the Avalanche back in the 2013 through 16 seasons, I believe, or through 15. Yeah, he last coached in 2016. Is he rusty? Not really. He actually just coached a championship team in the Quebec, I think it's QJHL, the Quebec Junior Hockey League, I believe. He coaches a team called the Quebec Ramparts, and they won the championship. And so this is a guy who knows how to win. And if you can bring that culture into the island, I would be most appreciative, Patrick. That would be great if you could do that for my beloved boys that haven't won a Stanley Cup in 40 years. There's another thing. Patrick Waugh has as many Stanley Cups as the New York Islanders organization. Patrick has 4, and so do the New York Islanders. They won all theirs back in the. We won ours. I'm going to get back to we. We won them back in the 79 through 83 is when they won their 4. Like I said, I was in middle school and high school when that happened. It was fun to watch. I'm sure it wasn't for any of the rest of the league, watching the same team win over and over and over, but it was a cool time for hockey, honestly. I'll just ramble on about this. When they were going for their 5th straight cup, they ran into the Wayne Gretzky. Talk about a player who is widely regarded as the best ever. The Wayne Gretzky led Edmonton Oilers, and so the Edmonton Oilers won that attempted a 5th, and the Islanders kind of passed that torch to the Edmonton Oilers, as the Edmonton Oilers went on to win 5 out of the next 7 cups. And by the way, Patrick Waugh was also the goalie on the last team, the Montreal Canadiens, in 1993. The last Canadian team to win a Stanley Cup has been 30 years, and no Canadian team has hoisted the trophy. So maybe that'll change this year. I'd love it to be the Islanders, but if it can't be, I'm really cheering for the Vancouver Canucks, who in their 50-year history have never won it. And it would be nice to see a Canadian team lift the cup again. I don't have too much to talk about, otherwise it just turns into statistics and stuff. I'm just psyched. I'm almost up to 9 minutes. That's good enough for me today. I got to go back and watch the Bills and Chiefs play, but I'm really psyched about Patrick Waugh being the latest coach for the New York Islanders. Go Isles! Have a great day, have a great night, have a great whatever you're having. Thanks for listening and watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.